The Big Show with Glenn and Angel on Kiss 92.
Good morning.
Sometimes getting out of bed in the morning is a lot to deal with all at once.
Look who the cat brought in.
The cat.
The cat
I
dragon.
like that. So cute.
Yeah.
Dr. Geraldine Tan from the therapy room. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Jerry. It's always fun to have you in the studio. Thank you for coming in.
Welcome. I hear nothing on my
On your on your headphones. But you know what, Jerry? I just want to say that when Angel told me that you were going to be touching on anger management issues, I'm like, what does Jerry know about anger?
Oh, Jerry can get very angry. I can be a monster.
No way.
She says that with a smile on her face. It's like, we don't believe you.
I don't believe you've ever gotten angry.
You ask my kids. Oh, ask Julian.
Okay, so what about anger were you speaking about?
Okay. So we're going to go with the A's. We don't want the F's. Okay, so we talk about like all the grades and everything. So let's do a little play on the A's and F's. Okay, so we want to create awareness. We want to acknowledge what this emotion is, and we want to take action. So this is our plan for today.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask, what is anger? Sounds like a
Losing control of one's emotions.
It can be anything. Anger to me is heating up inside, and feeling like you cannot control what you want to say or do. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's what most of us look at anger as, right? That losing control, heating inside, very physiological.
Bad words, vulgarities.
Yes, okay. So American Psychological Association defines it as an emotion characterized by tension and hostility arising from frustration, real or imagined injury by another or perceived injustice. Yeah, so there are many different parts. It is an emotion, there is tension, there is negativity, and the injury caused by the other can be real or imagined to cause the anger. And you can feel that sense, or you feel that sense of unfairness. So many different components, and it just takes one component to set you off. So we need to try and help ourselves identify what is it.
Which component it is.
Yes.
Okay.
No wonder my Malay friend always tells me, Glenn, jangan tension. Right.
Because it's the one of things.
Don't get angry.
Don't
tension,
feel
right?
tension. Yeah.
Don't tension.
Don't stress.
Don't tension.
I mean, if I were to translate it directly, it's like, don't tension.
Jangan. No, it's like jangan is also stop, right? No, jangan is
Jangan?
not stop. Jangan is don't.
Don't, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm not very good. I never took my
You're making me question myself.
No, don't. Don't. I tend to do
don't.
that.
Jangan. Jangan. Okay.
Jangan
Yes,
question?
Don't make me tension now. I'll throw this at you. Okay. Here's Lizzo with Love in Real Life on Kiss 92.
Okay, and we're going to talk about anger management today. So it refers to techniques, strategies to recognize, understand, and control angry emotions in healthier ways and not let anger become destructive. Okay, what we're going to also establish is we're not going to take away anger. Anger is one of the emotions in your toolbox.
Angry love.
Why does he always like segue into something else? Okay, so yeah, you mentioned about impulse responses that destroys health and relationships. So we are not going to be impulsive. We're going to try.
So hold your breath, count to 10 kind of thing.
That
That helps, right?
Yes, it can. Okay, so if it's physiological and you're all tense, you can then count to 10. Or if it's the thoughts that come very impulsively, yes, you can count to 10.
Walk away, do something, take a break. Otherwise, what would it be though? Like you said, if, what else would it be?
Okay, so let's look at the anger first. Anger causes all this frustration, tension, and is unfair, and injury. I think that the part of injury. So it ignites the part of the brain that goes, I need to survive this situation. So when we talk about survival, right, is fight, flight, freeze, flop.
Oh.
Yeah, there's one more fawn, but I don't think it's very relevant in this. So 5 different F's. Fight, flight, freeze.
Freeze.
These are the 3 that we know. Actually, there are 2 more.
Flight, fight, and freeze, is it?
Okay, what's the 2 others?
Flop.
Flop and?
And fawn.
As
Fawn.
in FAWN.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are some of the ways that we react in situations, negative situations. So the first 4 is probably what we may use: fight, flight, freeze, and flop. Yeah.
What's flop?
Yeah, what's flop? Freeze, I get like you
Flop, just
You're
like
freeze.
drop to the ground or what?
Yeah.
Really?
Become limbe.
So you feign passing out? Just like someone gets angry, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah. So that is a reaction also. I mean, we see the K-drama or C-dramas and they go, oh my God, and they collapse, That's a flop, or you could totally collapse in front of a person and say, you do whatever you want to do.
And the fawn, I know you say
That's
it's
what
not
I usually
so.
do when it comes to all of them here.
What?
I'll just flop and then I'll just go like, hey, I'll do whatever you want.
So you can flop like in your mind as well. It's not a physical flop, right? Okay.
No, yeah. So fawning as buttering up someone, latching onto that person, being very clingy, needy. Yeah.
Okay.
So that is also a reaction to a situation.
Got it.
Yep. So when we're angry, there are 3 different areas, different signs, okay? So behavioral, physical, and mental. Okay, behavior. Behavior is the easiest one. We can see. So what does anger look like?
Me, without smiling.
It's true. As
And
in how?
frowning a bit.
Frowning, okay. But that
That's more physical, right? No.
It can be behavioral
Behavioral.
also.
Growling a little bit.
Growl. First, it was meow in the morning, and then at the beginning. Now
He's
it's
all
growl.
animal today.
If I'm angry, if I'm angry, then I'll go near you and I'll go like, okay. Anyway.
Not sure. Lack of sleep.
No coffee this morning. Shouting, fighting,
Shouting, raising your voice. Slamming doors.
vulgarity as well.
Vulgarity, yeah.
Profanities, vulgarity.
Everything is heavier.
Yeah.
Like you pick up something and you just kind of like,
Yeah, you
everything
break
is more
things,
intentional.
You just throw things.
Yeah, it's not gentle.
No,
It's the opposite of gentle.
No, yeah, very aggressive sort of behaviors. So those are behavioral signs that we can see.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about that whole thing again.
Whatever you mentioned.
Yes.
Do not growl.
So it's what? It's signs that you are angry, is it?
It's the different signs.
The
Different
physical
signs.
and all that. Yeah.
Physical, behavioral, as well as mental.
Okay, cool.
Everyone needs a bad day. Remember you told me you're not alone. Just pick up the phone.
Kiss 92 traffic.
Okay, taking a look at the roads, looks like if you're in the area of Yishun Central and Central 1, slow down at those traffic lights because they are a little bit faulty. Also on the AYE towards the MCE before Jurong Town Hall Road, avoid lane 4 and accident. Other than that, it's the usual heavy traffic. If you spot anything unusual, let us know. 8855 0920.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for today and every Tuesday is the one and only Dr. Geraldine Tan from the Therapy Room. And today we're talking about angst.
He was trying very hard to think of something witty to say.
Yeah, trying very hard, poor thing. She just called you out. Okay, Dr. Jerry, before you jump into the whole behavior, physical and emotional side of anger,
Yes.
we have a CY that has come on our Facebook page, and he says, "Do you have any insights for those individuals who have a pattern of angry episodes and clinically diagnosed with disorders like oppositional defiant disorder (ODD)?"
So ODD is a clinical disorder. There's intermittent explosive disorder also.
These are acronyms I have not heard of. ODD usually is OCD or something,
Yeah.
and the other one is intermittent
ODD.
what?
Explosive disorder.
IED.
IED.
What? Tell us a little bit more about those two.
So these are clinical disorders that. So today we're not going to go so much
Yeah.
into the clinical part of things, but ODD, yes, oppositional defiant disorder. These are we diagnose them for the younger children.
So they're
this
always
cannot
very-
be used for the older children
Okay.
or adults. Yeah, so it changes to IED when they are older. Yeah, so the younger ones, when we diagnose them with ODD, they are your very aggressive children. They cannot be controlled. They throw things. They're very aggressive. They flip tables.
So they're considered rebels.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the discipline master or the teachers cannot control the student. Even the parents may not be able to control the students and or the child, and they tend to have a very aggressive sort of behavior. So these may be chemical, this may be neurological, and therefore they are given the clinical disorder.
So interesting, though.
There's a
What
term for
challenge.
everything now, you know?
Yeah. Never mind the term. I mean, I'm thinking about these kids, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, not being able to control their emotions.
Yeah.
But when we were growing up, it was just like, you're naughty.
Yeah.
You're a rebel. You know, you need to be put in a boys' home or a girls', like, you know, somewhere where they can control you. But now
Yep.
there's a looking back at it, there could have been more help given to kids like that.
So why we want to help ourselves figure out what they have is because this different children can showcase the same behavior. Somebody can slam the table, you know, but one might have ODD. Another one might be very stressed in their academic work. Another one might be abused at home. You never know. So we want to go deeper with each child or each person to find out what is the cause of their behavior.
Much better
Yeah,
that
for
there
sure.
are terms for these kids, because when we were growing up, when we were young, you know, our parents who perhaps maybe witness kids like that out of control will probably go like they're possessed or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
no, I agree.
Call the priest right now.
Exercise the child. No, I agree, but is there enough help to, you know, go to each child and figure out what the matter is deep down? You know what I mean? Because every child in a classroom could show some sort of behavioral issue, or majority of them. But is there enough, you know, professional help out there to diagnose everyone?
So I like the fact that now the children themselves are
They know.
talking about it. They are discussing about clinical issues. They might not know everything, but they know to then say, "Can you go and talk to someone? I think you better go and see a school counselor." You know, so they are more comfortable in telling their friends to do it without shame.
Okay,
Without judgment. And it's not you're crazy, therefore you have to go, you know, or you need to be disciplined, which is there is something bad about you. So now there seems to be something wrong with you and you need to go and deal with it rather than you are bad.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's continue to talk to Jerry on the Big Show TV. It's 8:20.
Kiss 92 time check.
Benjamin says anger is a choice.
Anger is a choice.
Oh, no.
is it-
Marriage. is a choice. Staying married is a choice.
That's true as well. Yeah. Is anger a choice? Can we control it? I mean, I guess we will always get angry, you know, at some things.
Yes.
There's nobody that's happy 100% of the time, right? Something will make us angry.
Yeah.
So
I
you
don't think
get
it's a
to choose
choice.
that.
I mean, I think it's how you've been brought up, right? I mean, you should always control your emotions,
Yeah.
right? I mean, because if you explode, that's it. You get into a fight.
You choose how much anger you want to show. You choose how you react to it, but you'll
You
still feel
choose how
angry,
to
right?
manage
How to
it.
manage it.
Yeah, so anger by itself is not a choice. Like I say, it's part of the toolbox. If by that token, then every emotion is a choice. But we don't have a choice what emotions we have in our toolbox. We're gifted that. But we have a choice to manage each emotion. Whether it is happiness, whether it's sadness, whether it is anger, and anger being part of that whole toolbox, we can manage it. So whoever that road rage, we cannot say that they have no control at all. They are entitled to feel irritated. They are entitled to feel annoyed, but they don't. They have a choice whether to act aggressively or not.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
to walk away from the situation.
Yes,
I have to say, without any help whatsoever, I think right now I am a less angry person than I was before. Before I used to get angry all the time. Yeah, I was like a bit of a fighter cock, But now I think because I'm older, so yeah, I mean I'm grumpy sometimes, but I'm not like out to pick a fight or want to fight with someone. I'd rather walk
Mellowed
away
with
from
Mellowed with age, right? It's an age thing, right?
Well, there's also more experience. It's like,
Yeah.
what is the benefit of fighting, right?
Yes.
It doesn't bring me any benefit. So I think I'm going to give my energy to something else.
So it's a benefit of experience, yeah.
Yeah. So when we say mellow with age, it's only because age brings with it its
Experience.
experiences. Yeah.
yes.
So
We're
he's
all
older
He's
and
all grown up
wiser.
now.
Quite
Well done,
actually.
Glenn.
So boring, right?
You'd rather be a fighter?
I rather
You'd rather be a lover.
I am a lover.
No
That's why.
fighter.
See, lover, not a fighter.
It's a song.
No,
No, it's a saying. It's a saying.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
What about Lavina says? What about anger with self-harm?
So aggression turned outwards, you have your banging, your hitting, your profanities. Anger turned inwards, or any emotion turned inwards, you hurt yourself. Yeah, so then you have your self-harm behavior, and it's very intense behavior, intense emotions that the person doesn't know how to deal with. So that's why we're talking about it today.
Okay.
Yes. So we have. Okay, so I actually want to say this. Are we on air or on TV?
TV.
Okay, I'll repeat it anyways later on. But I always say, so I'll repeat it twice today because I keep saying it, but people don't hear it. Anger hides another emotion. It always hides another emotion. It will hide another, usually negative emotion.
Hurt.
It can be hurt. It can be
Disappointment.
shame. It can be disappointment, embarrassment, guilt.
Yep.
And then it comes out, right? Fear.
Of
Fear
course.
is one of
Anxiety.
yeah. So it hides other emotions that we actually need to get to. So most of the time when we deal with anger in therapy, we try to figure out what is underneath the anger that is consistently fueling this behavior. Because the tip of the iceberg is all the overt behavior that we can see, or the mental part that we didn't mention earlier. But the mental part is the rumination, the negative thinking, the very absolute thinking, all your negative thinking styles, right? But underneath that, something else is firing it and consistently firing
And
it.
some people don't know what that is it?
It's sometimes
Because
hard
most
to
most
get
people, I think,
to.
know what it is.
I think people would know,
but
like,
they're in denial.
yeah, it could be someone getting beat up at home. It could be someone getting emotionally abused or verbally abused at home, and then they go out and then they end up bullying, which
Yes.
is something
Yes,
that stems from
possible.
anger, right?
Yes. Or there have been some cases that I was working through road rage. And I say, what actually do you feel when somebody cuts in front of you? And that moment, And most of the time they say, I'm just angry.
But
Say,
why?
No, just think
Yeah.
about it. That split second when something cuts in front of you without you expecting, usually is survival.
Survival.
Yeah,
but where is
because
it
it's
rooted from, though?
Danger, fear. I fear for my life. I fear for, the passengers in my car. So the fear causes that anger to surface.
Yeah, but what is that guy doing just cutting in front of me
I
like
see.
that? Why not? It's not nice, one.
So you're saying that the driver is like pissed off because the person who cut in front of them could have hurt me or the people in the car.
You almost caused an accident. So remember the definition of anger. You know, that tension that you have, the injustice you have, the
Injustice,
the imagined injury that may have been caused by the other person.
It didn't happen, but it could have happened.
So that's why I started with the definition first, because it can be real or perceived injury.
Like you could have
Yeah.
killed me, right?
Exactly.
You could have
Yes.
killed my family.
Then
whatever.
how
It's
do
an
you let the person
accident.
know? You just honk.
you
Then the person will kind of know. But then you're not very sure whether the
They
person has
know.
received it.
Yeah.
Then you drive up to the person side by side. Hopefully stop at a traffic light or something like that. And then you
And
wind
then-
down your window. And then
You trying to kill me?
basically just express yourself.
Okay. However way you see fit.
Yes.
For the drivers out there, please do not follow Glenn's
Yeah, don't.
instructions.
No, not at all. So what should drivers do? Drivers that feel, okay, there are certain situations, obviously, that somebody cutting in front of you could have caused an accident. But a lot of the time, it's also other reasons that you get angry that someone's cut in front of you, the way they drive, whatever it may be. So how should people be reacting?
So the instantaneous fear of, okay, an injury almost happened, and to recognize that. So recognize that it is actually fear. Recognize that it is actually survival and not anger. So we can choose which one to react to now. Now that we've identified the emotion, we can choose which one we want to manage. Because if anger is not what I want to manage, I want to manage my fear, then I would say, is everybody okay? I will recognize that my reaction time is fast enough, because the other car might or might not know that they almost caused an accident, right? They only know that they cut in. They don't know how they had how my reaction would be. They would not know anything else. They only know their behavior. So we can only work on our behavior.
Yeah, how
Right?
we react to
So
situations.
if it's survival, if it's fear, we react to that and we manage that.
So you're saying ignore that person, although that person did do something rather reckless. Don't indicate to him in any way.
Let them get away with it kind of thing.
Just let them get away with it. That's what you're saying.
If you're safe, there's no point and there's no benefit.
Okay.
Sorry, Shine,
We're going for a traffic update.
No, not
Let's-
yet.
Not yet? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's carry on
Later,
talking
later.
then. Talking.
We were talking about traffic, the traffic got frightened of us. Yeah.
But yeah, there's road rage every single day.
There is.
Because of inconsiderate drivers. I mean, they can be so irritating, quite frankly. I don't know how the Grab drivers, the private hire drivers or taxis do it.
Yeah.
I would never be able to do it.
Yeah.
Because there's just too many idiots on the roads, you see. I'm out on the road, like, driving for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I get pissed off already.
Why are people so impatient though on the roads here in Singapore, especially? Like you go around Asia, even developing nations, countries that are not as developed as we are. We've got great roads. Everything is marked so
I'm telling
nicely.
you, because of
We're
the
on a
speed limits, it's
grid.
neither here nor
It's
there.
not the
Everywhere, it's
speed-
like so confusing.
It's not the
One
speed
moment
limit.
the stretch is 70, after that it's 80, and after it goes down to 70 again, and
I
after
agree.
80.
I agree with that, but I don't think it's a speed limit specifically that's creating all that. So why are we so impatient?
And then all these fellas on the traffic, what do you call it, on the overhead bridges and all that, you can't drive freely.
You're not meant to be driving freely. You're meant to be
The
sticking to the
limitations,
laws.
is it? Yeah, well, in truth, for the traffic one, maybe there's another psychology of the whole traffic, driving and everything. But as a nation, we are a very, very impatient nation. The pace of which
Speak for yourself, Jerry.
the pace in which we walk
Yeah.
is really fast. You feel the drop in pace the second you step out of Singapore, anywhere else in the world.
You can
Yeah.
burn more calories if you brisk walk.
I walk very quickly, like super quickly.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to get out of the sun, that's why.
No, I have my brolly.
Your what? Brolly?
My brolly.
Brolly.
Umbrella
Glenn.
is not focusing. You
not.
need your coffee.
Don't you find him a tad more irritating today than he normally
actually,
is?
this
Please
week
say yes.
I feel like I need to go for a break. I want to go to like an island somewhere.
An
Maybe the
island?
Maldives, just chill out for
Go
like 1
for a
week.
break.
I feel so tired.
You were working all of last week.
No, but overall I just feel tired. Really tired. Okay.
At straitstimes.com.
The Big Show. Kiss 92. Kiss 92 traffic.
On the Central Expressway, the CTE towards the SLE before Mole Main Road, look out for a broken down vehicle. Also on the AYE towards the MCE before Clementia Avenue 6, avoid lane 1 because of an accident. And on Upper Bukatima Road at the junction of Bukatima Link, look out for those traffic lights that are not working. Finally, on the PIE towards the airport before Paya Lebar Road, a vehicle has broken down. Wherever you are this Tuesday morning, stay safe.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for today is award-winning psychologist from the therapy room, Dr. Geraldine Tan. Good morning, Jerry.
Good morning.
So Margaret is asking if impatient people are more likely to get angry quicker.
Duh. Of course, right. If you're impatient, surely you'll get angry.
Doesn't mean
lot
that
quicker.
it will
They're
come.
angry, you know?
Okay, so if we're talking about angry and reactively angry, so we're talking about the reactively angry. Like I said, anger is an emotion, and we are entitled to it, right? So it is the destructive anger that we don't want, that we are trying to avoid. So if we are saying that if impatient people will be destructive. It sounds like a thesis, but anyway, it's not necessarily.
Please go home and write this thesis and bring it back to us next week. Will impatient people become destructive?
No, so not all the impatient people will be destructive.
But impatient people are quick to anger.
Doesn't mean that
No?
they are just eager to get certain things done. Doesn't mean that they will flare up or they will be very short-tempered.
Because, I mean, destructive is a different thing
Destructive,
altogether.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I understand not many people, are destructive people.
Yeah.
But I'm just talking about like people who get angry easily. You know, I would think if someone is impatient, that person would get angry more easily.
I mean, I guess I can think of a few scenarios like, oh my gosh, why is this person so late? You know, but I'm not getting destructive.
Not destructive.
But then I can also be like, with vulgarities and everything and, banging things and throwing things like, why is this person late again?
Like a mad wife.
Like a mad wife, yes. I
Okay.
could do that as well.
So perhaps for Margaret, it's more impatient people may be more prone to higher stress. So the stress levels can be higher. So then we need to be more cautious about stress levels rather than overt angry behavior.
Okay.
Yeah.
But people don't even know like how to gauge their stress levels sometimes. You know, it's hard to gauge. Okay, let's continue to talk to Jerry on The Big Show TV. Meantime, here's Kygo featuring Zach Abel and Nile Rodgers. This is For Life on Kiss 92.
So it's interesting that you mention it. So the physical part of things, right, with which we haven't covered, would be the heart racing, your tension in your jawline, you
Locking,
clench
yeah.
your teeth, sweating, your headaches, high blood pressure. So a lot of times you have impatient people, stressed people, angry people showcasing these similar sort of physical symptoms or physiological symptoms. So we do then need to take note of that, where we then learn how to manage our stress levels or release the jawline. So if you know that you're tensing up, what we want to do is to deliberately release it. If you realize that you have been biting down on your jaw or clenching your teeth, you actually part your lips a little bit to then open up that or relax that jaw.
And a lot of people don't realize that if you kind of rub this part of your jaw, if it's there are muscles here that also need sort of massaging and not just like the rest of your body to loosen your jaw.
That's why I want a personal assistant, so she can massage my jaw
your
for me.
jawline. Okay. That's not what she's hired for. That's not what she's hired for.
But for the teens, I realized that many of them love to clench their fists. So the one thing that when I noticed that is to ask them to open up their fists. And some of them find it very difficult to open up their fists.
Really?
Make everything loose, I guess.
Yes.
Like your jaw, your fists.
Hands.
When I'm stressed, I clench my butt.
Oh, then loosen
you
your
need
butt.
to-
Nobody can see.
Loosen your butt. Oh, if you do it faster, it becomes Kegels.
You and your
Very
Kegels.
good for you. You wait till you're like 70 or 80 years old, you'll thank me. You'll be like, thank you, Angel, for reminding me about the Kegels.
So you won't get incontinence, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Better
Oh my
sex as
God.
well, apparently. Yeah.
Oh my god, at 80?
What, the sex
Better
or the
sex at
incontinence?
80.
We talk
You never
about
know.
healthy longevity nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so why not?
People
Please
are
lah,
still
when you're
having
80,
sex
it's
at
over
80.
lah.
No, it's not over. It is not over.
I lost my train of thought with
All
that.
the 80-year-olds still having great sex. Text us right now.
That is not our topic for today.
So one Jill says to avoid anger, just don't go hungry and have enough sleep.
Okay, so very nice. Thank you for highlighting that. That is chemical. So if you don't have enough sleep, you send your hormones, you send all your chemicals into chaos. If you're not eating properly, you skip your meals, you're not used to intermittent fasting like me, and then and then you don't have your meals, you get really, really cranky.
Hangry.
Yeah. So you know what? Listen to your body and eat. Eat moderately. Don't overeat, right? But these are chemicals because food is a chemical and all your nutrients are chemicals. So when you give your body and you honor your body with good chemicals, right?
Yep.
Then it helps the body.
Yeah.
So which is
It
why I'm saying,
respects you
right? So
back.
I've been experimenting with my body, right? Always, right? And last week, I think it was horrible.
Broken.
So now I've got this chemical imbalance. I can feel it this week.
Right. Right.
I wasn't eating properly. Last week I hit my target. No, I was actually 71.5
Because you weren't
at some
eating.
point.
You weren't eating.
Yeah, and I think this week I'm kind of like paying for it. So
Yeah, and I think people don't understand how important food is and the type of food you put in, because even depressed people, even if they're eating, can still be depressed because they're not eating nutritiously.
Correct.
Because the body inside is not getting the nutrition that it needs to work at its optimum. And I think that's the same for angry people as well. If you eat junk all the time, then you can't possibly, your body can't possibly be happy.
Yeah, so everything in moderation and listen to your body. So it was quite interesting because my girl and I react very similarly to our hormonal cycle. So certain times of the month we would crave for chocolate.
Oh,
And we would
nice.
indulge in a piece or two of the chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we and then we know it's like, okay, it's coming. but because
At least you know.
yeah, because we're aware, we acknowledge it, we are able to take action.
Yeah.
okay, let's go back on air. One last time.
Oh, so fast. Oh my gosh.
92 traffic.
On the PIE towards the airport before Paya Lebar Road, a broken down vehicle has been reported. Also, blackout of traffic lights at the junction of Upper Bukit Timah Road and Bukit Timah Link. If you know where that is, do approach cautiously. On the CTE towards the SLE before Moulmein Road, look out for a vehicle having trouble along that stretch. And also on the AYE towards the MCE, an accident in lane 1 before Clementi Avenue 6. If you spot anything else out there, please let us know. 8855-0920.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. We have been talking to Dr. Geraldine Tan from the therapy room about anger management.
We have Angie on our Facebook that says, my husband is 70 and he becomes agitated whenever I talk to him. Do you have a solution?
It's normal, right?
Is it normal for older people? We've had some people message in as well. Is it normal for older people to get to be grumpier and angrier?
I don't think they're grumpier or angrier, but they have a certain way of saying things, and it's a combination of things. I realize, right? One is sometimes their hearing is not as good, so they speak a little bit louder. Even though I can be right beside the person, they can speak really loudly. And they sound very curt for some of them, but it's not because they are curt. Sometimes they have what we call asphyxia, where they tend to forget the words. So when they remember the words, they try to push it out as fast as possible.
And loudly, it sounds like they're shouting.
Yeah, so they're not angry with you. Sometimes it's just them trying to deal with that situation, and I appreciate them holding a conversation with us.
Yeah.
So if we misread that, and if you look at them, they're actually not angry, they're not frowning, they're not trying to, they're not tense, they're just trying to have a conversation.
They're
But
just
when-
irritated, man. A bit irritated.
they're not irritated. They may be a bit frustrated that they cannot tell
Express
you
themselves,
express as well as they want to. But if we get irritated with them, they read our irritation
And react.
and then they think that they're not getting across. What happens then? They push it out even more, right? They really want to push their point across. So they repeat themselves. They get a little bit louder,
And then you get louder, then they get louder, and then you end up shouting.
Yeah.
Actually, what's wrong with that? Both sides just shout at each other.
No, don't.
And then, after that, just let bygones be bygones. Let's not hold a grudge against each other. But both sides will feel better after yelling at each other.
Adeline says sometimes
don't.
ignorance is bliss. So just ignore them.
Oh, okay.
See, that's
that
the
works
worst.
too.
It's like not communicating, just keeping quiet. That's not good either.
That's not good. No.
Okay, so if it's not
This is the part of
flop,
the marriage where you're choosing to be together already.
Yeah. Or choosing to separate. Yeah, whichever it may be.
Not at that age, 70.
Some people, there are people that leave each other at older ages. There are, and then find love at very much older ages.
yeah.
That's not wise.
What, finding love
Nope.
or separating?
Separating at 70.
Well, if you're unhappy, you can live your life however you want, right?
Okay. What do you think, Jerry?
We're not.
We should
talking
do a
about
marriage
that.
special soon.
Next week. There you go.
Like to marry or not to marry.
No.
That is the question.
No.
Why marry?
Aish. But yes, beyond the couplehood, if it's not freeze, flight or flop, then that's okay if you choose to walk away from that situation to calibrate yourself. Yeah, so if it's not a negative sort of reaction, then it is okay. If it's neutrally, if it's neutral for you, yeah, walk away.
All right. All right. Jerry?
Yes. Oh,
In
wait,
closing.
some
Yeah.
tips first, right? So we can do our breathing. I think we talk about our count to 10. Yes. We can count we can do the grounding method, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this one is really fun, where you write down what you're really, really angry about. You crush it up or you tear it up and you throw it away.
Burn it.
Yes, that too. You
Burn
can
it.
do that.
Well, the person is standing in front of you. This person you feel like, you want to have an argument with. While he's standing there, you take out a piece of paper and start writing these things
I
down.
would want to see that happen. I tell you, the conversation would stop there.
The guy will walk away.
Yes. If all else fails, please seek professional help, because we don't know what is underlying that whole reaction also.
Yeah.
So we want to ensure that it is not a clinical issue.
For more, look up Dr. Geraldine Tan at the therapy room and her team.
Thank you, or any of the colleagues. Okay, I'm going to hazard. The friend hasn't given me permission to use the quote, but I'm just going to use the quote. I've been trying to see whether she's giving me, but I thought it's very, very apt for today. So I'm going to use her quote, and she says, "Humans should be like lightning and thunder. Light travels faster than sound. Likewise, we should think and see the light before the sound, which are words, are uttered by our mouths, not the other way around. Conflicts tend to occur when we shoot our mouths off before we think." Yes.
Don't shoot your mouth off.
Sorry,
I love I love how she's waiting for her friend to give her permission, and she's like, you know what, I'm going to use it anyway.
Yes,
It's all right.
Yeah, it's not a personal thing. You didn't name her name. It's fine.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay. She will watch it later on.
Yes,
So
she
she
will.
tends to watch it after work.
Thank
Okay.
you, Dr. Jerry.
Welcome.
Thank you so
Happy
much.
to be here.
All right.
And watch for our photos, because I'm in Kiss colors.
Okay, coming up very, very soon, it's an extended Big Show and Big Show TV. We'll be joined by Lawrence Boxhall as well as Gemma Ricks, and they are the actors in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Keep it right here.